year? 21. Legal age. Trust me, you were legal age here about 4 years ago, brother. Don't worry about it.
Golden is the mountain up here on your right. It's part of our farm. My mother grew up in the house in the trees there to your left. My mum and dad still live here in the house to your right. And this is where I grew up. My great-grandparents' house was just further down here in the tree.
Do you breed your own dogs?
We breed our own dogs. What tends to happen over the last while, so Bo was born on a farm in Northern Ireland, but her father was on this farm. Okay, so we try not to have pups. As they say, there'll be somewhere around 17 or 18, maybe more, 100 sheep. As you can see, she's not one bit happy or full of energy. Watch the reaction of the sheep in a second. It will change too.
She's on guard.
For she has seen the sheep. If I don't make any more sounds, she'll reappear on the other side of the sheep. And if I don't make sounds at all, she'll just send them towards me. You see the reaction of the sheep? They're moving into that bunch. She'll reappear behind them in a second and she'll start to send them this way. Just watch her movements. She's reappearing right behind them, directly across the sheep from me. And then she'll start to approach them to send them this way. That's very important. Just that feature alone.
Wow.
On her left.
That is wild. That's a cushion.
Stop. Forward.
On the prowler.
Left. Forward. If you look, she's not making contact with the sheep, but yet the sheep are moving. Lie down, Mo. Not with noise, not with aggression. One feature of the dogs is that walk and that stance. The main one you'll see in just a second. You can see the sheep react even when she's to the side of them. Sheep's eyes are on the side of their heads. They can see behind them and in front of them at the same time. If you watch where she goes, it'll be directly across the sheep from me. Lie down, Mo. The sheep start to move to my right, she moves left. Lie down. They're going right, she goes left. A power and a confidence in her eyes and sending a message to the sheep.
Oh yeah.
You all see that stare?
Yeah.
And as the sheep try to get away from me, she's not letting them. You all see that?
Yeah.
Can you all see that stare? Any of you? Hands up from any of you get that stare at home. Not with your height, as you put up your hand. But you can see that stare. That's what's sending that message to the sheep. Good. And you can see Mo still moving over and back here. The sheep go left, she goes right. The sheep go to our right, she goes left. Lie down, Mo. Come by. That'll do. contact if they have to, but only if they have to. You can see that red paint a little bit closer on the sheep. We mentioned it earlier on. Lie down, Mo. Sheep go right, you can't see it. When they go left, you see that X. Lie down, Mo. Lie down, that'll do, Mo.
That'll do it, Peggy.
Thanks, thanks. We're down to 7. Okay. How did I do that? Goodbye. I've absolutely no idea.
Welcome to Letterkenny to the States Nice Hotel in Ireland. Kieran's my name, one of the night porters here.
By the time we're finished, we might have a few Irish coffees afterwards. So look at this, you start. I push you out the sleigh. So when I push out the sleigh, that means you take the car, which is in the space that I want to grab this little handle that you guys see here, and use this to send my shuttle across.
Nice.
So that sends the shuttle flying to the other side, and as you guys can see, use that right there, following. So you can see, it's called the herringbone pattern because it resembles the little bones that you see inside of the fish. That's what I'm making today as well. So that's what I've done. You got
this is the town lawn of Ard na Glass. Ard, when translated, means big or high, and glass can mean green or stream, depending on the context in which it's used in. This particular example here, it translates into the town land of the High Stream. And if you look at the old maps, there's a stream runs down this hill, goes under the
By the way, my name's Paul, if you have any questions.
Gary.
and Robin.
was hilarious.